trying to reserve your voice. We have 2 other speakers here.
Yeah, I know. But
And Tom will hardly get to speak after today. So.
yeah, so tell me you better start speaking.
Alright, yes.
We have 5 minutes, so if you're gonna go something, I don't know, or if you want to leave early.
If you need to go to the bathroom, go now.
Nope, we're not gonna hold them
Go
back.
now, forever hold.
Listen, this isn't a teaching class.
Hey man,
I ain't a professor.
it's like school.
Kind of
It's like a lecture hall right here.
Oh gosh.
gross.
Got one more year of that.
Gross.
I mean, as long as
Worse.
I know.
I haven't checked mine.
I suppose I do have a bit of a question.
Okay.
As far as for and this is something I haven't really seen yet. Are there anybody in the community that does like automotive type stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We have a few people that.
You do
Me.
automotive?
No, I like automotive,
Oh.
but I don't do videos on that. But I've seen people do it.
Yes. We've seen quite a few.
I've met YouTubers though, like outside of the free fandom, like Cletus McFarlane. Fracture Problems, Jeremy. I haven't met him yet, but my dad actually met his dad way back in the day, because my dad restored Corvette for his.
Ooh, I have Corvette.
Jesus Christ.
My dad worked at the Corvette shop.
Oh,
for a long time
jeez.
down in
Because there's a.
I have a Corvette that I'm working on. It's a 1970 Corvette Stingray.
My dad not too long ago restored a 1972 red convertible tan-top interior Corvette. It was 8 plastic inches. Took a year and a half. I have
I have a
a
Nissan Altima. I have the mom car.
Oh, I used to have a Nissan.
I have a
95.
I got a nice
I used to have a
tank.
95 Nissan Altima until the alternate season.
Hi, welcome in.
But my project car is a red 88 Camaro RS. So I'm gonna take the engine and camera route and drop it in
Nose
the
hernia.
3 LS.
Come to the stage.
We found nose.
It's no.
Nose hernia, come here.
Oh. Hey.
Like 5 minutes ago, so
Yes, I know you.
Hiya.
He's a
Hey.
I don't
I know.
have my fursuit head. I have a thing of
Everyone knows
this place.
Hey man.
I kind of want some.
Hello. Hi. Oh my gosh. Hello. Hello.
What kind of oatmeal is it?
Is it
Pardon?
just plain
What
old
kind of oatmeal is it?
cinnamon?
It is Quaker instant oatmeal, maple and brown sugar.
Woo, that's mine.
Slightly over $1 from Walgreens. It's
Can I
fantastic.
have
Is that the where you went while yesterday?
I don't know. I work with.
Yeah, I was
McDonald's.
right after IHOP.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, and
You ever tried the one
everyone,
at
we
McDonald's?
spent like what 2 hours at IHOP yesterday.
Yes,
Yeah.
talking about so much stuff.
Oh my gosh.
I think most of the journey was walking there.
Yes, it
You guys
was
walked?
nice.
We walked.
We walked to
We didn't want
I
to
mean,
take
it's
her
right
car.
across the street. It's still, that's too much.
It was dangerous. We almost died.
And they left us alone. We walked back
My roommates left me.
to go with nose.
Yeah, bitches for
My
He
room-
ditched me.
My roomies told me, they were like, oh, we're going to IHOP. And I was like, okay, I'll be up there in like 5 minutes. And then they ditched me. I don't know how much we're going to cost this panel.
There's children here.
Oh, it's
Yeah, so
There's a lot of children.
So,
A lot of numbers.
Yeet.
oh no. If you need a mic, just pass it over.
Okay, I'll just say.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you guys seen the video of I can't remember which con it was? The auction where there was the posters of Alkali and Bandez in them. Those mystery posters. There is a voice in there. If you hear it, he'll ask me like, "I'll pay more if you sign Alkali." That voice is very distinct. I think that's Satellizer from like the Olm record, Jiggly Panda, Cryo's brew.
It is.
Like a famous voice actor, or
Ooh.
like.
We got like
He's
3
a,
seconds.
pretty
Babe,
good
did you
Let's
bring me
Play
my chips?
YouTuber.
Oh,
Woo.
Are you going to eat during the
Are you
panel?
kidding?
I had to
who
leave
isn't gonna
halfway
eat
through.
during the panel?
Oh, me. I'm starving right now.
I don't have a human to chew on.
What is this?
Thank
Hey,
you.
welcome to
Fries?
YouTube
I love you
Mukbang.
guys.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Who wants to stream this on the channel?
Jalen is.
Okay,
Yes, if they're recording.
Yeah, they're.
rename it Mukbang. Megaplex for YouTube Mukbang.
Sounds legit.
Right, so it is 3:30. We're gonna go ahead and start. Hopefully, if she's not devouring food.
I'm watching.
So
It's
welcome
someone
to,
back there.
welcome to Furtubers 2018 at Megaplex. Do I really need this? Can you guys hear me in the back without the mic? Then we're good.
There's still people coming.
I know.
Gotta be alkali loud.
We should shut the doors so no one else feels
Um,
obligated.
So no one else can hear.
We're already
Yeah.
filling.
Vince.
Right?
We're filling up. So if you can, if you are with a group, kind of squish together and with seats next to each other. That way we're not just taking up and leaving empty space
Yeah,
for
move your
people who
bag
can't
quick.
sit.
Thank you.
All bundled together to keep warm.
Wow,
You know,
we
we're in
got a nice
Florida.
showing.
In the Florida.
It's super cold here in Florida. It's like 30 degrees.
Oh, I went
Minus
60, 30
Wesley,
Celsius.
can you go get my boyfriend? Tell him to close the door.
No, I work at
Not
McDonald's,
yet.
so I
Don't
walk
close
in
it
from
over
90
yet.
degrees
Close it
weather.
10 minutes after.
Throw
Because some
throw
people
a
are still-
face jacket, a hoodie on.
No, wait.
gloves,
Frozen.
and a beanie.
10
and
minutes
I hop-
after.
I walk into a low
Stay there
70 degree
until-
freezer. Plus wind chill because the fans are inside.
I'll be honest, I prefer the warmth than the cold. It's just like my personal preference.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
See, like a good 72 degrees with light breeze.
I'm
That's
not
it.
I'm not sweating like crazy because I did 4 years of marching band in this Florida heat in high school. So.
Alright.
Yeet!
It's
No.
The Old Spice tone.
Oh.
Alright, so we're gonna start. I want to first apologize because
Already.
because of my laptop is really bad battery, and I charged it all the way, and I guess it turned on like yesterday or something, and it drained all the battery. So I have no PowerPoint, but I have an outline, so we're gonna go through that.
It's like a business conference.
Yes.
Plan B.
Yes. Oh, do you want an outline too?
Yeah, I mean, show up.
I'll share with Ken.
Everyone.
Wow,
gets an
okay.
Move
I don't really,
him.
I don't really need. I'm gonna catch these hands, girl.
I will revoke your admin rights.
Oh,
Oh,
never mind.
okay.
No clout.
Drag him.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, you can't.
No, you're right.
Dragging him. Oh, sorry.
Alright, so
Oh gosh.
I guess we'll start with introductions.
Yeah.
Like I said, for the people that just got here, we are smaller YouTubers because, well, except Nas over there.
Yeah.
But
No, I vote all my followers from Russia. So.
I'm
that
one of-
explains a lot. But
Oh, I see a sticky dog outside.
what?
Is it Dej?
Yeah, it's Dave.
All right. So we are smaller YouTubers mostly because we want to connect with smaller and growing YouTubers because we want to feel what you're feeling and struggle what you're struggling through. I mean, feel what you're struggling through.
Good job.
Sorry, I'm still waking up. But yes, we want to connect with you. Are you talking crap? So yeah, but we're gonna start introductions. Do you want to start since you're the creator?
I don't need a mic. You can use it. I'm Tomu, and I made the Furtubers panel. This is the co-creator, and this is one of my admins. I think, Leon's the only other admin?
Leon is the only other admin who's not here, but he will be at MFF, and me, Starik, and Leon will be doing a panel at MFF if you are there.
Yes. I will not be there, neither will Bella. No, we do not. Wait, actually, I do have water. I got you, babe.
Thanks.
You want to introduce yourself so I can give you the water?
I'm Cantus. This is my suit, Sebastian. I mainly do YouTube with Stark. Once I get the rig that I need, I will be doing YouTube very soon, hopefully.
I
You're asking.
Well, with an even entrance, everybody knows who you are. Move on.
Dang.
Are you confused?
I'm very
She
confused
was
in this
asking you
environment.
for water as you were drinking.
That is a very
She's
cute
like, do you
chair.
have water?
That is a very adorable chair.
Yay, yay.
Oh my gosh.
Why?
He wanted to bring his little princess chair.
If anyone has a comically undersized, feel free to come to the front and sit.
So
My butt is too big to fit into this chair, so it's on the floor.
We got that corgi butt. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Ah, yes. I got them chicken legs.
So, I'm Bella,
It's time to wake
or
up.
Bella Sugar. I don't really know if you guys know the full name, but this is my mouse. I do small YouTube, but I'm the worst YouTuber because I haven't posted in 4 months, and I don't plan on posting right now. So don't be like me. But yeah, I'm co-owner of the Furtubers chat. So yeah. You didn't talk enough anyway, so
We'll let.
I don't know, what do I even start with?
start with the outline.
What does it mean?
Okay, so basically being a furry YouTuber means you don't have to be making furry content. You can be in the fandom and you can make any kind of content you want. There's people in the chat who do music, scenery, what else was there? Like automotive stuff, and yeah, hiking, gaming. You don't have to be, you don't even have to have a fursuit. You just have to have the drive to make content. And you can't be let down by the fact that no one's watching your stuff, because eventually someone will, and you can build yourself up. And advertising, especially in our chat. Are you good?
Someone just sent me a snap of
No, they made a snap
Just
of you.
recorded right now.
Please send me that so I can make it a GIF.
It's on my YouTube. On my
Please
Instagram.
do
If you guys
not.
want to follow my Instagram to see this, it's at TOQQUEEN.
You're a
Doc
mess.
Queen. Sorry.
You're a mess.
Oh, I
Focus.
clickbait. I got hella sick at Megaplex. I almost died.
Right, right.
I almost choked on a chip.
So, anyways,
Um,
back on track.
Sorry.
I don't even know what I was saying anymore. Thanks, Bella.
You're all
We're talking about how you
Okay,
don't
yeah.
need it first.
You don't need a fursuit. There's content creators who don't even make furry content, and there's furry makers and people who don't even have a fursuit, like Blue the Dragon, where they make content furry related, Ascari, and so honestly, just don't be discouraged if no one's watching your stuff, if no one's paying attention to you. Eventually, if you just keep pushing hard enough, you will, but that shouldn't be your focus. Your focus should just be, doing YouTube for fun and doing content creating for fun. And if you're not having fun, then what's the point? You don't need to do it for popularity, because you're going to be very, very disappointed in the end when you don't get where you want to be. Because if you're striving for that goal and you don't achieve it, but you're still in a good place, you won't recognize it. What are you doing?
Don't
Can,
focus
can
on
I add
that.
something
Don't
onto
listen
that?
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so by the way, I didn't get an intro.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here,
It's fine.
Everyone
No,
knows
intro.
who you are.
I don't think everyone does know who I am.
Knows.
Hi. So you might recognize this voice. Hiya! Nice hi here. That's me. I don't have my fursuit head because I woke up like 10 minutes before the panel started, so here's a picture from my howler.
I saw that and I'm just
I
like,
have to go.
I mean,
I have to go like you.
it's
Hold on.
on main, so.
Yeah.
I saw that and I'm just like, why?
I ask myself why every single day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I make furry YouTube videos. I've been lucky that since making YouTube content since 2006 and various channels and having channels with like 5 or 6 subscribers and like 2 views a video, that like my channel with this guy kind of like blew up a bit. And I would reiterate the same thing, like pretty much no matter what side you're at, I think finding what is fun in making content for you is really, really important. It doesn't matter if you have 5 or 500 or 500,000 or whatever subscribers. Yeah, they agree. I think following the fun, it's kind of like if anyone does improv comedy with it, it's kind of like follow the fun.
Yep.
That's what I would add on to that, yeah.
Typically, I don't make my own YouTubes. I don't know why I take this
I don't know why
microphone
you
every
took the
time.
mic.
Give it to me.
She's the only one that needs it.
You're right.
I don't know why okay, never mind. I don't make my own YouTube videos typically, but I do understand the idea behind having the drive to make content, having the ability to make content, and just wanting to make other people happy. And typically, when I make a video with Starig, it's either a rant or it's something that's uplifting, or it's just me streaming with Starig, and I'm typically only the cameraman. But people are still psyched every week to see me and Starik streaming, and it makes me happy almost. And as long as you're happy, and as long as you're making your fans happy. Oh.
I have a really quick suggestion for you guys. Well, not really a suggestion, kind of a command from the staff. But can you guys condense more, because there's fursuiters in the back that really need seats, and I see some cameramen back there.
There's 3 seats
There's
up
like,
front.
yeah, there's like 2 seats over here, 2 seats over there.
There's 2
But
seats in the middle row
But
there.
if you can,
No, I don't know.
please don't put a bag on the seat next to you. Put it on the floor.
Put it
or
under
like,
you.
Put it
or
under your
on,
seat.
like, leave it on your lap because we have a pretty full room, and I don't want any like suitors out there like dying of a stroke. So
I'm doing it too, so it's fine.
thank you guys.
So,
Sorry, go on, sorry.
so continuing on where I left off, as long as you're happy making content and you're making your fans happy making while you're making content, and as long as you're happy with what you're doing, keep on doing it. Simple as that.
I have something to add on. That first seater right there in the Hufflepuff, you know that sticker on your nose? I made that. Thanks.
Thanks for the advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Thanks for the advertising.
Clout.
I was gonna say something I forgot. Oh, let's do the another round of the Furtubers chat kind of thing. Because a lot of you guys were in here when we talked about the Furtubers chat, but a lot of you guys weren't. So we're just gonna say it again.
Hey
Um,
Bella,
What?
what if I wanted to join the Furtubers
You're
chat?
already in it.
Does this is a hypothetical?
Oh.
Sorry, don't write it again.
Jay, ruined.
Hey Bella, how do I join the Furtubers chat? Do I have to be a furry YouTuber to join?
No, you just have to be in the furry fandom.
Okay. And how do I join the chat?
Well, we have a list somewhere, and
It's here.
we have a pen. This is cool.
Wow.
And after the panel, you're welcome to come up here and you can drop your Telegram link on the panel. I mean, on the paper.
Good
Leave
job,
me
Bo.
alone. I'm still waking up. Sorry, but yeah, put your Telegram link at whatever on the paper. Please take off privacy settings because we will not add you in if you have privacy settings. We won't go through the hassle of that. We tried it at FWA and it just didn't work. So if you have privacy settings on, turn them off. Like when you put your name on that piece of paper.
That way we can add you without the hassle.
Yes.
Whereas
And we'll-
otherwise, we won't go through it.
The pain.
It's
And we'll
just too
most
much.
likely add you in today
Or
after
tomorrow.
the panel or tomorrow.
Because we'll probably end up with this size of a room and this size of a group. We'll probably end up having a very long list.
He's gonna hit me in the
So,
face.
sorry. Unless I know you personally and you're like, can you add me? Or if you know any of us personally and you're like, can you add me or whatever, we'll drop you a link.
Yes.
Well, thanks for that addition.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yes.
They liked it.
That one?
No, that's
Nope.
not
No,
ours.
that's a fake.
It's a-
That's a
Okay,
lie.
Furtuber Hut.
Maybe we should
Yeah.
pass it around.
I also
Yeah,
joined
honestly,
that
we
one
could
just
pass
as
it
like
around.
shits and giggles, dude.
What we'll do is we're just
It's
gonna
a
pass
fake,
it around so
because we-
anyone just
We had a
pass it
little
around the
incident
room.
with
I
someone.
hope we have like
And they
a
got upset.
binder or something.
Oh, they didn't pull their big pants on?
Yeah.
When don't they?
They had a little
Oh, I
incident
remember.
and we had to remove them and they thought it was fun to make another chat. Yeah.
Oh,
So that's a fake one.
And I got
Furtubers hub is fake. Just letting you know.
Wow,
Hashtag
that's
fake.
Yeah, don't join
Exposed.
Furtubers Hub.
That-
Thanks.
That was savage.
Someone's
Fucking
salty.
fake, But you know.
someone was really
Hey, they
salty.
made it out of spite.
Yeah, they did. Anyways. Sorry, I coughed in the mic.
Bye, Tar.
So yeah, we already introduced ourselves as the admins or whatever.
Yeah.
Except Nos.
Oh, I know.
Or not.
He doesn't talk in the chat. He can't be an admin.
Yeah,
He doesn't
yeah,
talk.
I was about
I'm
to
a
say,
perpetual
how do I
Telegram
join the
hates
chat
me.
by talking first?
Right?
The Telegram hates him, so
Yeah.
Anyways.
I'm there though.
you might as
I
well
can
make
see
a
your
new account.
messages, I just can't reply to them.
You
on it.
might
But
as
you
well
got
make a new
you got
account.
reported for spam.
Aww.
Furry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good idea. She's gonna pass around a piece of paper. So add your Telegram to it, and if you miss a piece of paper, you can come back up here and you can write it down.
For starters.
Thank you, Rosa.
Do they have like a binder or something?
Who
Am I
did?
on?
What do you need?
Oh, thank you, Nos.
Yeah, it's being
Next
passed
up is what you need.
The leg and the prayers.
No, it's no.
No, that's a different one.
That's a,
Okay.
That one's not fake.
No,
That's
that
just
was
another one.
That was just a private.
okay.
So B on our list is what does it mean to be a Furtuber? You don't
No.
need the mic.
I don't need the mic. It doesn't really. Honestly, you don't need anything to be a
No,
YouTuber.
Mean.
What? No,
Need is next one.
we already did. What does it mean? What do you
We did?
need? Yes.
We did. What does it mean? All right,
Yes.
whatever. So what do you need?
What do you need to be a Furtuber, or really a YouTuber in general?
How do you get
Honestly, as long as you have a phone that doesn't look like a potato,
Like mine?
and a mic that doesn't sound like you're underwater, you'll
Or in
live.
space or a tunnel?
Yeah.
Oh
And as
no, I'll
long as-
go even further. You can start on the potato phone.
That is
and
true.
work your
I've
way
seen
up. I started on the
several-
potato phone.
I remember that.
I've seen several videos of YouTubers with these potato cameras and these potato mics make it all the way up to 4K cameras and
Need red
HD
cameras.
sound.
I'm here with my Lamborghini.
Yeah, like it doesn't take much. As long as you have the drive and the ability to upload, you will make it. I see a hand in the back.
Does this work?
The question was, what is exactly a potato camera?
Anything that I can't make out your face.
Yeah.
Like if it just looks like those security camera feeds,
Sit.
I don't want to watch that video.
A phone from Walmart.
More than likely, I will click off in the first 5 minutes.
Well, the term potato camera originates from early YouTuber culture, where if there was a really, really grainy video posted in 144p, people would comment, "Was this filmed on a potato?" That's what
Yes. And then speaking about potatoes, you can speak about, Stormy being the potato.
And yes, Stormy Wolf is the potato.
Yes.
Shout out to
Is it
Stormy.
here?
Oh, I love
He's
you.
somewhere.
Sadly, Stormy could not make it this today.
We have
Yeah,
a
you
few
can go.
Furtubers that couldn't make it today, sadly.
They have
Oh, is he
standards.
not here
everyone.
today?
Wow.
Will he be here tomorrow? Do you know?
It's just that they
'Cause
can't.
he's-
Well, he's at the con, but he's not here on this panel.
I see a hand
Is there a hand back there?
right there.
Am I blind?
Was there a question? No, I don't think there
No?
was. Okay.
Okay.
Correct. So, I'm gonna add on to what Candace said. You really don't need anything expensive to start. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm not gonna do YouTube because I don't have a fursuit, or I don't have like what is it called? That little icons that have like they move, like commentary, later things. Or have money to commission art for those. Or even a expensive editing software. Literally, you can grab your phone, connect it to your computer or whatever you use, or even edit on your phone like
Everything
Tomu
on my
does.
phone.
You can do Windows Movie Maker. Does that exist still?
Yes, it does.
Okay, that's what I started on.
I still use iMovie.
I use iMovie
I've
too.
my entire time,
Oh my
like
God.
iMovie's like basically the basic version of Final Cut
It's
Pro,
great, though.
which I've used, but I've managed to keep going on iMovie. So
Typically, your computer comes with some kind of editing software,
Yes.
or your phone.
Oh, I see a hand back there.
iMovie for phone, yeah.
Yes.
Can I use my phone for video?
I
Sure.
do.
Yes.
A lot of
I
you.
started on my phone.
A lot of people do.
Do you have a
Hand.
question?
Pharmaceuticals computer is a potato. He played a Hitman game.
What?
There's also another way to do, another way that, I'll get it. Ugh. Oh God, fat corgi leg, excuse me.
Don't die.
I can try. I've only died inside. But, anyways, I'm friends with another Furtuber named Seethercord, where he actually just records himself playing a video game and does commentary over it that has nothing to do with the video game that's playing on the screen. He just upgraded to the little commentary art that his girlfriend drew him. It's so cute. But yeah, that was my commentary.
That's the cheap way of doing it. It works just as
I
well.
actually
Yeah.
have something to add on. You have a question? Wait. Yes?
So if I say I wanted to go the route of deal with video games and things like that, and it started off with something like Twitch, because I've played most of my games on consoles, how would I go about?
You need a box that actually pulls the video signal from the I can't think of like a streaming box. Capture card.
If you're also, this is a good point to say this. If you're not on YouTube, but you are on any other video platform such as Twitch or
I think Twitch is.
I can't think of anything else at the moment. Whatever.
That Vimeo though.
Vimeo,
Yeah, right.
whatever, 'cause that's the thing.
Gaming.
We'll still add you to the chat. You're technically still a furry content
You're a content
maker.
creator.
Yeah.
That's what it really is. It's on the
So
phone.
you need like a good like $2 2 terabyte like CD hard drive so you can archive so.
But about the equipment, you can have a great camera, a great mic, and great lighting, and your content will be mundane and droll and boring. And I'm not talking this, like, you can do the same thing other people do, but execute it differently. But if you're talking in a monotone voice and you're just sitting there like this, it gets boring. You have to be lively, or you have to have a great topic that's new. You can, like I said, you can do the same content other people are doing, but you have to execute it differently. Don't be a cookie cutter. Don't be like, oh, I like what they did. They're popular. I'm gonna copy it, word for word. Oh, you have a question?
And another thing to add on to that, don't do like all the same thing over and over in videos. Don't do calling the boss baby 3 a.m. for 10 videos straight. No one wants to watch that.
Or Q&As.
Oh God, Q&As.
Something to add on to that is when you start a video, start it like Nos or Starik or Bella or Tomu, and start it with a little bit of enthusiasm almost. Don't open up the video with, "Hi, today we will be doing," it's boring. I will click out of there so fast. And that first 10 minutes of your video, or the first, not 10 minutes, 10 seconds of that video, that's your hook.
They're
If
very
you
important.
don't get that hook, you won't have viewers.
I'm actually going to be a huge contrarian here and say that with everything related to YouTube, there are truly no rules. Like, you can upload anything you want to YouTube. It really actually depends on what you want to get out of the site, right? So some people will use YouTube purely as sharing videos to just their friends and family. And if that's all you want to do, it's great. You don't have to edit. You don't have to do anything. A lot of the tips that were being said were related to, creating content that's engaging. So if you do want to grow a following, then yeah, those are great tips. But there's nothing that is forcing you to make any sort of content. That's just kind of how YouTube is. Like, you can really make whatever you want. So, yeah, that's what I
Just get a camera, do what you want, and then upload it. And
This is true.
Let's go vloggers.
Take our advice with a grain of salt because it's your channel. It's not ours, it's your channel. Do what you want with your channel as long as you're happy and you're making your fans happy. Or heck, it doesn't matter about your fans, as long as you're making yourself happy, do what you do.
Do you take criticism into account though?
Yes.
Like if it's constructive criticism, like, hey, next time do this, consider it, don't get upset. But if they're like, this video sucks, delete your channel, obviously that's not something you should listen to. But if you're receiving decent constructive criticism, you should look into it unless you know what you're doing. But honestly, that's how you grow. And as an artist, like, that's one of the biggest things that help you move on into your career or into your hobbies and interests.
Always have an open
And
door.
kind of going off that as well, like, I have a lot of friends in the furry YouTube community, and some people that I know want to upload every week and, make multiple videos and
I've never
strict
wanted-
on a schedule.
I used to do that.
And then we have certain people who upload once in a blue moon, and, it's all fine. It's once again really up to what you want to get out of the site and what you want to get out of your channel. But kind of relating to what everyone's saying, if you have like big aspirations and you want to be the next, PewDiePie or right, you can get Shane Dawson. You do have to have a different approach where you want to create incredibly engaging content and work on all the skills that are involved in becoming a big YouTuber on the platform. Things like editing, things like video quality, things like content scripting. There's a million skills you can work on if you want to be a big YouTuber.
Yeah.
But it's if you want to be a big YouTuber.
Right.
I would say.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys hear me through this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But adding on to what Nas said, it depends on the content that you want to make. If you want to get to 1,000 subscribers and stop, that's on you. You do you. As long as you're happy with what you're making, keep going.
Just putting that out.
Everyone,
Tomu to
subscribers,
1,000.
and we'll get to Tomu to 1,000.
Wait, let's get you to 1,000 during
Let's-
this panel.
let's
Yeah, let's
get
go.
to 1,000
Bring
during-
out your phones and subscribe to
During-
it.
What's the channel name?
Tomu Rayu.
Tomu Rayu, Tomureau.
Yeah.
And there's
Get
a
it?
space between,
One
so
more
it's
time.
TOMU
Tomu.
space.
Actually, just say your name
R-
and it'll come up into search as you as a
That's
bot.
true.
That's true.
If you get her to 1,000, she might do you a little doodle.
I will beat the shit out of you.
Don't
No free
force
eye.
Hey, watch
that.
it. It's
Do it.
children.
I will
You
beat the
want to,
snot
not because
out
they're
of you. I am
telling you
not
to.
doing free
Or the
art.
crab.
I'm not doing.
We're gonna announce like our YouTube stuff afterwards,
Yeah. Because there is a.
just in
So,
case.
at least tell everyone what is the threshold for when monetization actually starts.
Oh, they changed it recently.
Yeah, it's now 1,000.
It's 1,000.
subscribers. I don't know how many hours?
1,000 subscribers and 4,000
Oh, yeah.
viewers.
Because, okay, so that's another thing. If you make a lot of short videos, you're not gonna get a lot of the length time because they're based off of of how long that viewer actually watches the video. So if you make like a 10-minute video, you have a better chance of actually someone engaging in your video because they're gonna actually pay attention. They might stay around longer and actually watch more of your videos.
Yeah.
I think what's being discussed is a metric related to the YouTube algorithm. So that's what decides whether a video gets promoted or not. And that's watch time. So yeah, generally speaking, if you do have longer videos, you do have more chance of YouTube promoting it. But if you just have like a 25-minute video of oatmeal, I couldn't think of the word of this. I'm still waking up as well. If it's not engaging, then it won't necessarily be promoted more. So once again, with a bit of a grain of salt, but yeah, generally YouTube likes to promote longer videos on the platform.
And I do believe there is a minimum now of what will be promoted, of like how long that video has to be. I think it's 10 minutes. That's why
10 minutes for monetization.
Right, and that's what I see a lot of people doing now is like 10 minutes and 1 second, we're good. Like I'll get that monetization.
Yeah, so that's relating to mid-roll ads. So this only comes to when you have 3,500 subscribers. So this might only apply to like
Some of
2% of people in the room, maybe. But yes, if you have 3,500 subscribers and you make a video that is 10 minutes and longer, not only can you put ads before the video, which is the default, you can also put ads in the middle at the 3 minute. But for most people, I think we're not quite there at the 3,500 subscriber level. That's why we're here and we're wanting to learn more things.
If you do get to there, now you know. But also, if you put more ads in your video, some people tend to click off. I don't like to have like 5 ads in a 5-minute stand of a video. It just doesn't sit right with me. Question?
I haven't.
993.
So would it be
993.
Is it better oftentimes to make longer videos and then them up all in one shoot, or is it?
It makes things a lot easier. Yeah, I see a lot of people do these 1-part, 2-part, 3-part videos.
Yep.
It makes things a lot easier on you, on your viewers, and it kind of says
Also-
it's like a cliffhanger, almost like an
Yeah.
episode to
Makes
like a
you wanna
it's-
see the next
right. It's like when you're watching like The Walking Dead and they cut the season finale into 2 episodes. It makes you want to come back next week.
I have something to say.
Question before you continue.
Okay.
How would one get around being dinged with a copyright violation? So like, for example, one YouTuber, just off the top of my head, would make a video doing dancing to Billie Jean, and he would get like 1,000 views, and then another one would do the exact same thing or whatever, but then they would get dinged with a violation and his video pulled. Is there a way around that?
That's a really, really good question. So the question's relating to how does one get around copyright strikes? Things like, dancing to Michael Jackson videos. What I would say is if you want to grow a big channel, try and from day one avoid using content that is not your own or you don't have permission to. Now, you can look on the side and a lot of people get away with including songs of other artists and whatnot, but what I try and do for my videos is make sure that everything is 100% allowed, so I don't get hit with a copyright strike.
There's
Also-
tons of websites out there to find
royalty-free music.
Yeah, royalty-free music.
Yes, for example, there's the YouTube audio library, there's also no copyright sounds, and
Oh yeah, you can create your own.
yeah,
Or you can
Also-
create your own, yeah.
Also, for those who don't know,
2 more.
you can
Aha! 2 more guys for Tomo to be
I'm
at
trying to get there, I
1,000.
can't find
We
it.
got you.
you can use a song for I think it's 30 seconds.
No,
without it being
it's not like that anymore.
Oh,
No, it's
never
not
mind
10.
then.
It's at this stage, because YouTube now, it could be
It's
a
not-
fifth of a second.
Yeah.
I've heard as small as that.
Yeah,
it-
it's only 5-second max for that.
No, it's not even 5-second max anymore.
They're
It
bringing
used to
the
be
hammer.
like that, but now
It's all about that safe
YouTube
harbor
can
with
YouTube can automatically detect bits of audio. So if you have a Michael Jackson song, YouTube can automatically detect, hey, there's 3 seconds of Michael Jackson. They tell the copyright owner automatically, like 2 minutes after you upload it, basically, and then they can do what they want with it.
Sometimes even before, like if you put your video in a queue and you're scheduling it, I've gotten copyright claims before I even uploaded the video.
Demonetized immediately.
Right, yeah.
Because in that queue, YouTube can still see what's in your
Yeah.
queue, and they're going to check it before you even upload it.
Hey, time to go to 1,000!
Yay!
Alright, now we need to do 2,000.
Yeah, 2,000, let's go! Ding! Let's go!
So one last thing on copyright for videos. There is a actual copyright policies section of YouTube in the music section, so you can actually search up any song to see if it's allowed on the website or not. So that's just something to keep in mind. So if you see copyrighted music being allowed, it's probably because they looked in the copyrighted music search section and saw that, okay, Billie Jean was allowed. You got a question there?
I have something to say.
Yeah.
That I've been wanting to say for a while.
I'm actually Australian, but it's like close enough. Close enough. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Is there
Okay.
anyone that did not sign this that would like to join?
I don't think it went
This-
through
this
the
side
whole
is
I don't think it went on that side of the room at all.
Wow.
Okay. I will let this go that way.
Sad life.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
Any suggestions for people to do like Let's Plays? One of the things I've had recently was a couple of games that have music in them that got flagged for copyright. That was actually content from the game.
Sometimes the best way to do that is to turn your music off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Like
just about
even
to
with
say
like
that.
Persona 5 just recently, with they said, oh, the company's like, oh, you can't stream the game past a certain point in the game, you know, or they'll flag it.
The best point at that point is either A, don't play the game, or mute the background noise at that point in the game just to avoid
Because
the issue.
Let's Plays are still kind of a gray area within.
Yeah, what I would say is you'll have to be creative in your editing. I don't really know of any game makers that
Just pass
will
it.
flag copyright for using
So they're all
like visuals from the game. So you'll just have to find different music, mute the audio track in editing, and then and then if possible, if you're like recording at the time, maybe just record the mic, you know, into a separate file, so that you can still have that audio of, hey, we're jumping on the platform here, but you can put a different audio track in the background.
That's always good. Record your video and your mic separate.
Yeah, this one was a simulcast.
That multi-audio track is
So
awesome.
just find YouTube for that.
Yeah, and generally you'll find Twitch is a lot more lenient in terms of copyright. They'll just mute the audio track, whereas YouTube will generally take videos down, or more likely take videos down. So if you want to stream games, Twitch is the more like copyright-friendly platform, indeed.
Just in general.
I was gonna say something. So a lot of people, I was going off of, this is really late because I didn't have a chance to talk, but someone said over there something about having original content. Maybe this isn't for everyone, but I really like sciencey stuff. So
I see 2 hands, so start at the front, move to the back.
If I want to be if you want to be a mascot, you can always be a furry and make fursuiting content if you
Yes.
also,
are lucky enough to have a fursuit.
going off of the mascot thing, there is a few people here. I don't know if they're actually in this room, but Agents of Mirth. There's some people that they do mascotting, like as a what would you say?
Profession.
Not a profession. They don't get paid for it. It's kind of like
Volunteer work?
volunteer work.
Yeah.
And they make YouTube, like they make YouTube videos out of it. If you guys know Layla Spaniel,
Yeah. I've seen tons
so
of
like
that are just
imagine if you like find roadkill.
Furry content to be part of the fursuit.
no.
And the answer is I would actually say that the most successful known YouTuber furry content,
Yeah.
movie review.
Wait,
furry.
I know.
Cynical, all make any furry content.
They have characters.
A Foxy ripoff.
Your movie's- Your movie
Rags
sucks.
is a Shiba Inu, and then Your Movie Sucks is just.
I'm no idea.
I don't remember.
Icons of horror, so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start adding people in.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. I did not know that.
Answer the question.
Yeah, Pyrocynical is just furry enough to confuse everyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah, you're branching off from strict furry content from what
Yeah,
I've seen.
that's what I've been experimenting with for the last 8 or 9 months, honestly.
Hold on.
So
Hold on. I'm trying to add people. Rask, Jordan, turn off your privacy settings. I will call you out. I swear.
I think it's everyone who has their privacy settings on, turn them off.
Oh, turn off privacy settings.
Yes, turn off privacy settings to get in the chat.
I checked mine. Mine are sent to everyone, so.
Then you should be fine.
Still
I will call you out.
Bella.
I will find it.
Bella.
I will.
He's in suit.
He's in suit,
Oh,
so.
and I'll add later.
All right.
Yeah, but generally, you can make whatever content you want and you will still be part of the Furtubers. That's what I think we would all say.
Yeah, definitely.
So we were kind of going in the next.
Yeah, what was the
Uh,
segue?
The next, that was actually a perfect segue. Is, tips for starter YouTubers, not YouTubers, starter YouTubers. This can be anything from don't forget to have good lighting because be in the dark.
Light behind you.
Because when you're with the sun behind you, dark, and everything behind you is so. I talked
Yeah, the technical
I have
stuff,
another
you
one.
just that you will let and see who with you perfectly clear so people
Yeah.
can see.
Hear or see the person clearly. You record on my phone, and I use a lapel that plugs into my phone, and that's all I do.
Wait.
No.
Just
Oh,
make it
right.
easy to understand and see. That's
Yes,
kind
that's a
of
little-
for the
yes.
technical stuff. That's what I would say.
So someone,
We got a question in the back.
someone with the at of VECK, Vacosa.
Vacosa,
My privacy.
how dare you?
Wait,
Where are you?
Oh,
Anyways,
you're
okay. We got a
showing
question
up
back
on
there.
my. No.
I have a question.
Wrong way.
Let him stop you up. Oh, okay. That.
Okay, let's hear the question. Let's hear the question.
Well, rip my viewers' ears.
Shut up.
My question, switching up his numbers. Yet, per se, but I do have a profile on there. It's, you know, I have videos that come in and I recommend and everything. Would that be my channel, or would my channel be something separate from?
That is your channel. Your profile itself is your channel.
Actually, I have my actual name and I have my actual name.
You should be able to change your name.
Yeah.
It's in your Google settings. I would just go to Create a Studio and look through the account settings.
Yeah.
If I have any questions about the YouTube site, I literally just Google it. It's like,
Yeah.
how do I change my name in YouTube? Because honestly, they change their layout every
many
now and then.
Every
The answer last year is different than the answer this year, and so on and so forth.
Google is your best friend
Yeah.
in most situations.
For YouTube, like related questions, not just like for this general area.
like dealing with the algorithm.
Something on the site you should Google.
Let's understand the algorithm, YouTube.
Well, we're on the subject of channels and whatnot. I guess for those of you that have maybe multiple channels.
AMCN.
How hard is it?
YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, so I have 2 channels. I have NOS and I have NOS IRL, and I'm not very good at balancing between the two. I think someone who is actually very good at managing multiple channels is Najira. And I even said it in the way that he says, "Hey, it's Najira," because he has his main channel, which is Najira. He has yeah, he has Peppermint, which is like, I guess, sort of the quick clips and things that didn't make the first channel. And then he's actually got his personal channel, which is Kyle Summers. So that's like less, well, it's not furry stuff. It's just his personal vlogs. And then he also has Kyle Winters, which is the lesser known, I guess, outtakes from his Kyle Summers one. So he manages to juggle 4 channels. If you have a good work ethic and organized, so not like me, if you're organized, then, you know, it's kind of like doing different classes at school or college or whatnot. You just kind of like devote some time to each channel. But if you're like me and you're bad at time management, just focus on the one thing. Yeah.
Yeah, on that question on time management, how often should like a new YouTuber sort of like come out with video? Like how consistent should they be with that to gain more followers, more subscribers?
It depends, because I used to upload literally every day, and then I burn out really fast. So I was like, oh, I'll just upload every week, and I burn out again. So then now I do every other week. It just depends on how quickly you can come up with content, if you have the time to record and if you're devoted to the content. I'm not. I have work, I have art, and I have a lot of stuff. So it really just depends. It's just whatever you want to do.
One good thing is pre-recording. Kind of take a weekend off, or if you have a weekend off, or if you have, typically I think you're legally obligated to 2 days off from work sometimes, depending on your job.
Except if you work for Amazon, I think.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
One person
Sometimes you'll have a day or two off. Take that whole day or the 2 days and make a few videos. Put them in your queue. Have them be like, oh, this video will come out next Wednesday. This next video will come out the weekend
And you
after.
can schedule them too
Right.
online. You can do upload and then you click the drop down and there's schedule, private, and public. So
Right.
I schedule all my videos ahead of time.
Yeah, and kind of off that, some YouTubers do work well with a schedule. So some people will say new videos at Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So some people can actually sort of thrive on that deadline and make sure that there's a new video. I don't have an upload schedule. I just make videos when I feel like I have an idea that I like. Sometimes I'll upload like 3 videos in a week, sometimes 2 in a month. You know, and I think. And this is with every YouTuber, there can be the tendency to overthink things. I think just follow the passion, follow what you find is fun about making content. And until you're like, you know, super professional or whatnot, I think that's more when you can think about like, okay, how much can I upload? Otherwise, just have fun with it. That's kind of
Pretty
what I
much.
always go back to.
Yeah.
Going back on what Tomu said, you can get burned out very quickly if you're doing videos day after day after day after day, non-stop for months or even years. If you look at some very well-known big-name YouTubers, PewDiePie, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, they used to upload daily. I think PewDiePie still does, but he takes a month off sometimes. And then sometimes you just need a month for yourself, for your
Jack
family.
used to like do like twice 2 videos a day.
Well, to
Yeah.
piggyback off
Markiplier
of that,
does 2 a day, I think.
Yeah.
Shane
Jack just took
Dawson
the rules.
used to upload literally like what, Monday through Wednesday and Thursday, and his content was starting to not just disappoint him but his followers. So now I don't know if you guys watch Shane Dawson, but he will upload, like he'll pick a specific week or month and he'll be like, I will do a 3-parter video, and it's riveting and it's engaging because he spends time on it. Yes, he's bigger, but if you upload literally every single day, you find that you're not happy with your content, your viewers are not happy with your content. Because if you upload every day, like, oh, Tomu posted again, I'll just watch it later. If you upload, like, yeah, but you don't upload a lot. So
No,
when
I was
people
talking about your video.
yeah, if
I kinda
someone
got it that way.
if someone sees your videos and you haven't uploaded in like 2 months, like, oh my god, I can't believe they uploaded, and then they go to watch your videos.
That's typically when I watch
There's
a
one
video.
one car one I call granted what they're working on is taking a look at. It's called Project Binky by Bad Session Motorsports, and like they'll upload once every 3 months because what they're working on is not something normal. It is a Mini Cooper with all-wheel drive using a Toyota drivetrain with a Celica with a turbo, and it's like with AC and everything. So it's like sometimes what they're working on is not quite gonna be every day.
Yeah, and kind of off that, like, yeah, you know, there's been the experience of a lot of vloggers who have tried, and this is more like, you know, mainstream big YouTubers who've tried to do daily vlogs, but it's, you know, it can be quite the grind to put out. And I've noticed a recent tendency with the professional huge channels uploading less frequently and spending more time on each video. But once again, like, broader picture, do what works for you. Some people can, you know, like people who make those top 15 like videos and all that, they can just churn them out. Like, find what works for you, because every person is different. Everyone has a different operating system. If you can put out a video a day and you love it, great. If it takes you a month, great as well. You know, there's no rules.
And look at the mouse over here. It's taken her 4 months. She hasn't even got one video out.
Yeah.
You're right. Anyways, I just saw someone that's really inspired me on this Atlas Moms of Furries.
Hey, they're here.
Yes.
What?
I just wanted to say thank you very much for being so open to your kids. I know a lot of parents are like, no, get that away from me. Like, you guys go out there into the community and go out to cons, and you actually figure out what the con's about and what the fandom's about. So thank you very much. I just wanted to give you a shout out.
We have one question.
Oh, wait. Okay, before questions, I would hold off the questions till a little bit later because we are running on a little short on time. Are we?
Yes.
Actually,
We have 10 minutes.
Actually, no, we're done. Wait,
We'll start doing Q&A.
We can do Q&A
We can do
now.
Q&A now, please.
So yeah, never mind.
If you have
What's
questions,
the lapel mic you use for?
I got it off of that whole fiasco. I made a video about it.
We don't talk
I deleted it, but I just got it off of Amazon. I don't know what it was called.
Who knows?
It's like omnidirectional lapel mic, and it can clip on your shirt. But it does not work. I'm going to say that right now. It does not work. You have to put it inside your fursuit head because I tried having it here, and you couldn't hear anything.
Oh, the gate is
So-
really
Well, if I don't
terrible.
have a first head.
Then it's fine. I mean,
Okay.
if you have a fursuit head.
Question in the back. Do be wary of Wish because sometimes you can get ripped off. But yes, Wish is good depending if you see that they have good reviews.
There's like Linus Texas just did a video of not too long ago of like great mic setups for like under $50, and there was like even an XLR with a DAC one for like for $50.
So
Nice.
we're gonna.
Let's try and spread out the questions.
Okay.
Some
Yeah.
people haven't asked before. Yep, you with the hand. Yep, yep. right.
Start there and move
Yeah.
back.
What type of video editing software would you recommend that's not high-end stuff but lower end? Because currently I use a program called Wondershare.
I use that as well. Wondershare Filmora, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check Humble Bundle. Occasionally, during a month or two, they'll have a little sale as Humble Bundle does, and it'll be Sony Vegas 17, and it'll be for like $20 maybe.
I paid
don't even need
$25
to buy a
for
program.
my Sony
Yeah.
Vegas, and I got a ton of other stuff with the Sony Vegas, and I paid only $25. So
I
you know,
use
Sometimes you don't even have to buy things like
Yeah,
Tony
I
said.
use iMovie and InShot on my phone, and I edit most of it on InShot, and then I
You're
transfer it to iMovie
Yeah,
Just
for.
trying to see
Yeah, I
people.
can't see anybody. I'm short.
Yeah.
If you
I
haven't
really-
noticed.
What I would say with editing software is find one that suits your needs. Like if you're just trying to do basic editing, then pretty much anything's fine. If you're trying to do like special effects, you might have to look at different sort of
Do
stuff.
you have a question?
You didn't finish that thought. You transferred it to iMovie for.
Oh, I use it for like special effects, like basically everything that you can't do with the crappy app that I use.
Question in the black and yellow. You had your hand up for a while. Yep. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get to you
Black and
next.
yellow and red. Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
I was gonna just go. Yeah, we'll
Okay,
get to you next.
Yeah. Just,
Oh, okay. Yeah. We've got time for both of you.
yeah.
School is always first.
Yeah.
Doesn't
And
matter what
health
it is.
is first.
School is
Yeah,
always
the
first.
questions relating to dealing with, I guess I'll open it up to like real life stresses and keeping up with the YouTube channel.
And time management.
I'd say self-care is important. Like you don't have to upload, like, you know, a video can wait 3 days, you can, or 5 days or a week or a month,
Or a
you know.
month.
Your subscribers are always gonna be there, so please don't feel the pressure to like, you know, upload because your fans and your community are gonna be there, whether you take a month off or 3 months off, like they'll still be there to watch
Yeah.
you. That's
As long
all.
as
If
you
they're
update
loyal.
them, we have the community tab is a great place to kind of update your followers if you can't get a video out and say, hey, I'm taking a little personal time off. I'm not feeling mentally stable right now, or I just need time off. I need a week or two off, and if I can't get back to you in 2 weeks, I'll update you guys.
I need to like see that until you have at least 10K followers.
Yeah.
Really?
I was gonna ask
Yeah.
that. I was gonna ask
But
that.
if you don't have the tool, you can
Twitter.
tweet out, you can.
Instagram.
There's
Yeah,
also
yeah,
the
what else?
discussions in community tab actually takes over. That a lot followers keep on saying, when are you getting your computer fixed? You see anything out? And I'm just like,
Soon.
no computer.
Yeah.
Amy.
Or really, you're saying on film video,
You had a
Been
question.
waiting page. Oh, you.
Okay, so I do a voice acting for a comic film on the thing. So my friend who owns the YouTube channel, puts videos, he got kind of a false copyright strike from some Italian guy.
The best way to go about that is contacting YouTube.
You can submit a counterclaim.
He has more than 1K subscribers, but he doesn't have a YouTube partner. And I'm trying to tell him maybe he should be a YouTube partner.
Okay, so that's something very hard to deal with. Search up YouTube counterclaim, because there is a way to fight it.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Just search YouTube counterclaim.
On Google.
Yeah, on Google.
Or Bing, whatever you use.
Yeah. There is a way to fight it, but it is
and it probably will take a while.
Yeah. Has anyone who hasn't had a question got a question?
Or if you haven't asked one during this panel and you have a question for us, now's the time to ask. Right.
We have 5 minutes.
Yeah, we have 5 minutes, so.
And I want to do a little. I need to talk before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll do Jake.
Are we allowed to take pictures with you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
totally.
Afterwards, we're gonna do like a little meet and greet.
Make sure that people who don't have fursuit heads aren't in the picture, because
Sometimes people don't like their faces.
Do we have any more questions, or are we done?
No, there's still a few questions.
There's still a few questions.
Okay,
So
we'll finish up
Jalen
those
and-
because I still have to ask some people for their usernames because there's problems going on, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to meet us and talk and stuff, and we don't have a lot of time, so.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So Jalen and then.
All right, so someone from my live stream asked, how long does someone, how do you guys handle being in a fursuit for so long on a video, for a video at least?
I mean, if you look at Kiwi, he did a 24-hour live stream.
Don't do that.
Don't do that unless you really have a cold
Leon
room.
did a sleep stream.
Yeah,
He
and like a
sleep
lot of
in- he
water.
fell asleep in
You're
sleep.
Twice. Slept fursuit twice.
What I would say is fursuiting rules apply to fursuit content.
Yes,
Take
obviously.
breaks. Every fursuit relating tip relates to
You can edit that
fursuiting
stuff
on
out.
camera.
I mean, heck, if you
Yeah.
watch any of Starks and I stream and I'm shooting, I usually take my head off after about 30 minutes and drink some water because
Then again,
it gets
Gotta
hot.
have an ice cold room.
Yeah.
That's the magic of editing.
Just
you had a question?
just drink water.
Have an ice cold room with water so you can start.
So like my thing is I quickly found my niche. Like, so anybody who's making furry content, obviously you have to want to do it in the first place to have the love for it,
Yeah.
not just
Right.
want the fans. But a lot of people making it don't want to just do only furry things. They want to branch out. They don't know what they want to branch out into. Me, I was lucky because I kind of came into the fandom through D&D, and I'm like editing a video right now, and like explaining how aspects of the character sheet looks. It's going to be a series, but I guess my question to you guys would be like, how would you best find your niche? Because you do furry stuff, and then there's like something else that you guys are good at. He does music, obviously.
I
So-
do dancing and art. Sometimes I do speech therapy. but-
Take what you enjoy doing and
Yeah.
build off of it. If it's gaming, do gaming. I'm sure it's a very niche market there. There's hundreds of them on YouTube. And I say that very loosely, hundreds. If it's music, do music. If it's dancing, do dancing. If it's art, art. It doesn't really matter. It's what you like to do. It typically, I mean, no matter what you do, you're typically going to find someone who likes it as well. As long as it's not hurting someone or illegal.
No. Yeah.
Follow the channel that's doing crockpot cooking. It's
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
There's somebody out there.
There's an audience for pretty much any niche. Like there's that kid that does like fast food reviews and he's like in a suit.
Oh, but he's making here in Florida.
We have one more question, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get to the meet and greet.
Yeah.
It'll be outside,
Oh, I
right?
have questions.
Tip.
Yes, it'll probably
Because
be.
we probably have to clear the panel.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yes,
So
we will be
after this
outside.
panel, we're there and we can answer all your questions
Yes.
if you didn't want
If
to
you-
speak in
yeah.
front
Or
of
if you
everyone.
want to
Wait,
ask a
don't
specific
leave though,
person.
because I have to talk to some people that are circled because we have Telegram issues.
Right. One last question.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I had like three. Okay. So coming at this at I'm a web developer. I'm with the SEO perspective. The keywords for YouTube.
Yes.
Yes.
That is how people search for your stuff.
Yes.
If you look at a video and take, for instance, The Odd One's Out. The Odd One's Out tags his videos with other artists
Yeah.
in the titles, such as Bruce Do or Jackson.
Love that
It doesn't
one.
matter as long as it's something similar to you. It does help, and sometimes if you tag it correctly, you'll show up in someone else's recommended while they're watching someone else.
Ah, that's a blessing.
We'll go ahead and take it outside. That way we can kind of get everyone.
Hey, thank you, everyone.
Wait,
Yes.
wait, do not get up on the sheet. I need 25 cents. Okay, so I need to see old mobile fox.
Okay, I already got it.
Oh, you did?
I already got it.